Hey family, what's up? It's your girl Ty, and I'm back with another video. So as you can see from the title, this song, Lord have mercy. This video is dedicated to all of my spiritual people who are awakening to their spiritual gifts and are trying to figure out how to have balance with the things that you have awakened to with your gifts, and also not giving all your gifts away to people who are in awe with this new version of you. So I'm cooking at the same time, y'all, so multitask with me. So let's talk about it. You have a spiritual gift, and you always knew this deep inside, but you kind of like brushed it back in the corner, like, you know, in the back of your head, like, okay, well, or maybe if you was like me, you'll be like, well, if it's really real, it'll come back again. And now spirit has been bringing it back into your life like clockwork, to the point where it's no denying it. And not just you can see it, other people around you can see it too. So a lot of people that, you know, that know you, family members, friends, associates, you know, people that you have grew up around and have known versions, the old version of you, they are all in awe right now, because they can't understand what it is about you that I guess some of them think like that makes God favor you. And the thing about that, and this is also dedicated to any cross watchers who watching this video. The thing about that is God doesn't favor us more than he favors you. God is not a God of favor. We are people of favor. And what I mean by that is God favors all of us, but we all don't favor God. So if you're not, you know, just like in a relationship, when you meet somebody and y'all start and you get to know each other, if the person tell you all the time, you know, when y'all try to link up, oh, I don't have the time, I'm too busy, a person gonna, one thing about it, two things for sure, a person gonna make time for what they want to make time for. So with that being said, if you want to make time for God, you gonna make time for God. And with you making time for God, that's you putting God in your favor. So that was just a message for the cross watchers, because I know they're out there. But back to my main audience that I'm speaking to. So what I was saying, y'all. Sorry if I get sidetracked a little bit. Like y'all see, I am multitasking. What was I just want to say? Give me a second. It's gonna come back to me. Okay, so yeah. So they're watching you and they're trying to figure out, you know, they're in awe because they can't wrap their head around how much you have changed. And they're in shock. So some people are going to be in shock. Well, everyone is in shock, but I'm going to tell you how some people are going to act, because everybody's shock is going to be different. Because some people are in shock and they're they're analyzing their own life, because they're trying to figure out what can they do to better themselves, because they see the work that you have done for yourself. And the thing about it is, like I said, everyone's in awe, because no one ever thought it was going to be you. No one ever thought it was going to be you. It was almost as if God hidden you in plain sight. Everybody always seen you. They always knew of you. But no one never imagined in a million years that you would ever amount up to be to this version of yourself that you are showing now, that you are representing now. So like I just said, some people are literally running away from you, going in hermit mode, because they're trying to figure out, well, if God can do that for her in her life, then maybe I should get a, better relationship within myself and with God so that I can live a better life, fruitful life like her, because it seems like her life is fruitful. And it seems like they're doing what they need to do, because obviously people, outside looking in, they feel like you're elevating. So that's one version of some people. I feel like Spirit just told me, before you say the most dangerous version and the most important version that we want to talk about, I want you to mention the second one. And the second one is the version of you where people stop liking you. So the people, you also got people that used to, be cool with, be cordial with, or whatever the case may be, and you starting to notice that they're acting different towards you. And it's not in a good light. It's as if they don't, like, you can sense that they don't care for you nor like you. And that's because of jealousy, honey. When you start elevating and God, because whenever God blesses you with a spiritual gift, you're gonna elevate, because it's the reason why you got that gift. It wasn't just given to you just because. Ain't nothing just happened just because. Everything is a cause and effect for everything. So nothing just happens for no fucking reason. So with you having this gift, like I said, you're elevating, you're going places, and you know that. People around you know that. And the crazy part is, Spirit just said, people see it on you more than you see it on yourself. And that's why, like I just said, those second group of people, they are just choosing not to like you anymore, simply because they don't like the fact that they feel like you are outshining them. Some people, instead of giving you your flowers and, telling you, Ty, I seen everything you've been through. You deserve everything that you have right now because you've been through hell and back. They'll look at it and they'll feel like, well, why her? And they'll actually go to God and ask God, why her? I know she did this, she did that, she did this, she did that, or he did this and he did that, and you still choose to bless her. And what about me? I did this and I did that. You ain't blessing me. So those are the people, like I said, they're not gonna like you no more. Some of them it's gonna be very easy for you to identify, because they just gonna cold turkey just stop fucking with your ass. And when they do that, let their ass go. Don't be holding on to nothing. And when you because when you come into this your spiritual gifts, a lot of things gonna change. But understand and know that everything that's changing is changing for the better for you. So yeah, it's gonna be people that's walking away from you, but no, that's for the best. Some of them people that's walking away because they can't stand to be around your ass while you in your elevating season. Believe it or not. And the crazy part is, you can literally be someone who got way more than you. They got a better career than you, a better job, probably got like everything, in the world that you can even think of, and they're still hating on little you. And that's because you have the gift. I feel like for some reason I just feel like the Spirit said the gift from gab. I don't even know what the hell that is, but that's what Spirit said. You have the gift of gab. I'm gonna look it up when I finish talking to y'all. And people who don't have that and are searching and like prying for ways to make themselves feel irrelevant and make themselves feel validated, when they see you have all that shit, they're not gonna like that. So for some people, like I just said, they will literally stop liking you simply because they're jealous and they can't stand to be, around you anymore, because they feel like you outshine them and they always want to be the person who shines. And one thing about a person who is not, who don't really fully love themselves, whenever they come in contact with a person who have that self-love, they will always have some type of envy towards you, because you have something naturally that they don't have. And they are, putting on the makeup, the lashes, the extensions, the BBLs and all the extra shit, getting their fucking surgeries on their face and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, y'all, I'm not here to judge nobody, because hell, I like to get my hair done sometimes too and wear extensions. I love to wear lipstick. I don't wear makeup on my face, but I love lipstick. I like lashes. But I'm talking about the ones who can't even go a fucking day or two without having everything done to the T, without having their nails done, that fake ass hair on their head, the jewelry, the lashes, all the other shit. I'm talking about the ones who, when you strip all that shit off, you can still feel okay. I'm talking about the ones who can't even get on video right now like me. I the only reason I got on my necklace because my daddy is so freaking spoiled. He is my angel. And this morning when I was getting ready to leave the house to take my kids to school, he was like, put me on. So I was like, okay, daddy, I put him on. But as you see, y'all probably know I wear a lot of rings. One thing about me, I love jewelry. I always been the jewelry person. I love gold. So for me, when I step out the door, I usually put on, my jewelry because that's, kind of like a part of me. I feel like I love jewelry. That's something that I like. But jewelry don't make me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can get on here, my hair not done, I'm all in the camera. I haven't got my eyebrows waxed. I don't know how the fuck long. I'm kind of getting sidetracked, but oh well. I usually go to this one lady, and lately she haven't been there, so I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna let them grow out, because the people that I was going to, if I go to anybody else, they fuck me up, and that's what I did. Rushing, got fucked up. So now I'm letting this eyebrow grow out to get thicker, because this one is thick and this one is kind of thin from letting some people mess me up. And that was one of my flaws that I used to have. Like, I have really thick eyebrows, so I'm like always trying to make sure that my eyebrows on fleek every 2 weeks, because if I don't, I would literally get a unibrow. Like, it'll all connect. And when I was a kid, I used to get teased about that a lot, because and that used to kind of like bother me. So for a while, I used to feel like, oh, I gotta get my eyebrows waxed, and if I don't, then if my lady's not here, I gotta go to like I said, I just did that literally a couple weeks ago, and now my eyebrows not even the way I want them to be. And when I get my eyebrows done, when they be full, it's just a whole, it's something about the look. It give me that goddess look. Like, it give me the look that I like. So I decided to not worry about these eyebrows for a while. Let their ass grow out, so when they do grow out, I can get them done the way that I want them to be done. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, y'all, is because I'm trying to get people to understand that you are just like me. You may like to look nice sometimes and get dressed up, but you are okay with just yourself. If you stripped off everything like I did right now, just your natural self, you will still look in the mirror and love yourself for who you are, because you know it's not even on you, it's in you. Everything that God bless you with externally, like your features, your looks, and all that stuff, that shit, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? But those things that God bless you with, like those character and those values, like the kind of character you are, the inside of you, your soul, that is what's important to us. So, like I just said, a lot of people, because of that, they ain't gonna want to fuck with you no more, because when they get around you, it's just, that shit it irks the hell out of them. It's kind of like, okay, and you know what, Spirit told me to give you this example, because Spirit said that y'all feel the same way I feel when it comes down to being around negative people. When you get around people that have dark hearts and there's negative, like, you know what I mean, y'all know what I mean, those negative vibrational people, you don't like being around that. And you always trying to find ways to isolate yourself from those kind of people. Because when you get around that shit, it irks your soul. It irks the core of you. Like, it really does. And trust me, I know what it feels like, because I go through this all the time. And that's why I love working by myself. And if I do work with someone, I just pray to God that they're positive people. But hey, you don't always get that. So sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. But anyway, I digress on that. With that being said, the same way that we feel inside when we get around that, that's the same way Spirit said they feel when we come around. They know that, oh, this is everything about you. They sense it, they feel it, and when they sense it and feel it from you just walking in the room, they don't like that, because they are, like I said, they doing a million things behind the scenes to try to make themselves feel the way that you do. And you just walk in here, like, go happy and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they like, well, they just don't, they don't like it, baby. And Spirit said it ain't even meant for you to even dive deep into and try to figure out what it is, like what's wrong with them, why they want to just embrace, or if they, see something they like about us, why won't they just be our friends? Spirit said, first of all, they ain't even for us to worry about that. that's for them to worry about. That's not our problem. That's their problem. And so next, the main topic, my number one favorite that I want to talk about, the third group of people. These are the group of people who you got to watch out for. These are the type of people who are like the nets that comes to the light. So, let's talk about it. When you cut off your light at night on your night porch, when the light come on, those flies start flying around that light instantly. And they stay right there around the light because they're attracted to the light. But understand that they only come when the light is on. So when you wasn't awakened to your higher self and the things that you have awakened to now, they wasn't coming around like that. They wouldn't even stun your ass. Actually, you was like irrelevant. Like no one, like I said, no one never even thought that you would mount up to be anything. So nobody even thought about you. When it was time to go to parties and hang out or do something, no one called you. Nobody ain't want to fuck with you. They always look over you. And because of that, now that you're shining, they're coming over. They're the first one to come around and have a seat on a front row seat, because not because they're happy to see you're shining. It's because they're trying to figure out what it is that you're doing that's making you shine so bright. And this is the one when they say, it just reminded me when Spirit just said, they say, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. That's what they're doing. That's what Spirit said they're doing. They're so close to you. And like I said, they got the front row seat. But it's not because they're your friend. It's because they're your enemy. And like I just said, Spirit just told me to tell you guys, they want to keep their enemies close. Because they're trying to see what it is that the enemy's doing to make the enemy, which is you, they feel like you're the enemy for some strange reason. Because you radiate so bright that they're offended by your light. So now all of a sudden you're the enemy. But anyway, once you become that enemy, they're going to keep you real close. Just to keep a close eye on you. They're going to send monitor. They will even go as far as sending monitor spirits to you to see what it is that you're doing in your comfort of your, when you're just by yourself. When you're working on yourself, when you're just by yourself in your home or at work, workplace, whatever. If it's a way that they can try to find, they're trying to monitor you any way they can. And one of my girls the other day that I listened to, she was telling me how, sometimes we don't even understand. Like, how they say the devil will come in disguise? That monitor spirit can be anything. It can be a spider in your house. You understand what I'm saying? It can be, like they say, though, as a matter of fact, she thought about that too. Flies, they got these flies going, fake ass flies now. They got cameras in them. And they're watching us to see what we're doing. So, understand that the enemy is keeping you closer. And they coming around because they're trying to figure out what the hell is you doing. But the thing is, you are so highly protected by your ancestors that they're going to drive themselves insane trying to figure out what is it that you're doing to get you where you at. Because what they don't know is what they can't see. But you know that. But they don't know that, though. So, when you trying to figure something out that you can't fucking see, most of the times what they end up doing is making up lies about you. Because if they can't figure out what it is, they're going to take what they seen or what they think they seen, and they're going to run with that. And that's why lately, me personally, sometimes I even ask. Well, I always ask for protection over my spirit, even though deep inside I really don't have to, because my ancestors gonna be there to protect me no matter what. Period. And the same thing go for y'all too. But the thing about it is, you can also tell your ancestors to fuck them up like this. Tell them whenever they come trying to tap into your energy, I I tell my ancestors to give them something. Don't just block the energy. Let them come in and give them some bullshit. Give them something that's not even nowhere near my blueprint, just to keep their ass busy. Basically, keep them busy. Because you already know they're busy worrying about you, trying to figure out what it is that you're doing when you're not doing anything but simply being yourself. And the thing is, they can't wrap their head around that because they don't know how to do it their damn self. It's almost like it seems like you're doing magic to them because you're tapping into yourself, and what they don't, and it's sad because they don't even understand that we are magic. And if I am magic, then so are they. And instead of them trying to, come to us and ask us for understanding, they're talking behind your back, making up lies, simply because they don't understand you. And they have been putting in so much work behind the scenes to try to dissect what it is about you or what it is that you're doing that's making you become this version of yourself that you're becoming, because they are still trying to be that. And to see you get there and to see them still in lack, it drives them insane. To the point where they think about you and your gifts and your goals and what you're doing and what you got going on more than they even think about them and their kids. You understand what I'm saying? They are giving you so much energy. And that's why we have to understand that when we got so many people, coming against us like that. And the thing about it is, like I said, they're not always gonna just come out and say it. You're gonna be able to pick it up from their energy when they come around you, because you read energy too. Spirit said the people who this video is for, you read the energy too. And that's why Spirit said everything that I'm saying, it's hitting you to your soul right now. You feeling like, well, damn, that's crazy because I was just thinking this. And the Spirit said it's because this video was made for you. This video is not. I know it's on my page, just how, but this didn't come from me. This is coming from the Holy Spirit, letting you know the Holy Spirit sees everything that's going on. When you're not in the room with those people that don't really care for you, Spirit knows what they're thinking and what they're saying about you. And Spirit is here to protect you. And that's why Spirit is also sending you this message to let you know that, just to give you confirmation that I know what's going on, and it's okay. Let them continue to do that, and you continue to focus on what you're focusing on, because God has a plan for you. And the thing about God is that, and it's sometimes I find myself asking God, why are we doing it like this? Why are you doing it like this? Because God is like, how he give me downloads, and I know for everybody is different. I question it and what God keep telling me, and I feel like for some reason God want me to share this with y'all, because somebody else out there, God said I'm doing the same thing with them too. Whenever God tells me to do something, and I never even seen this or heard of this before, God said I'm doing something different with you. God said, the Holy Spirit said, I am doing something different with you. So stop comparing what I tell you to do to what you have seen, because it's no comparing. What God is bringing into your life, into this world, for you to bring to this world, it never been seen before or heard before. And it's for a reason, because when you step up and you start doing this, when people ask you, where did this come from? You're going to tell them it came from the divine. And you're going to turn people into believers, because people that knew you before this new version of you, they knew that you didn't have shit. And the people, those three groups of people, rather they disappear because they're trying to get themselves together, which is a good thing, because we are influencers. So sometimes people may see something that we're doing, and it may make them feel some type of way about themselves. So yeah, they're going to distance their stuff, but at least they're distancing their stuff, and instead of them distancing their stuff and worrying and trying to concentrate on what you're doing and what you got going on, they're putting that energy into themselves. And if anybody's a cross-watcher on here that fits into that group, I salute you, and I respect you so much for understanding that, okay, if Sally did it, if John did it, if Carrie did it, if Ashley did it, then I know that I can do it too. If God did it for her, God will do it for me too, and know that God will do it for you. I got so emotional just then, because I know it's so many people that watch other people's success and they feel like they can't receive that success. And you can. And it really breaks my heart, when I see people who you know, it's very heartbreaking when people that you genuinely love turn into enemies. And the thing about the spiritual realm is, you know, some things that I guess people can say you're not supposed to know. Because not everybody can read people's minds. Not everybody can read energy. Not everybody can just tell a person, I know that you think this about me, when this person never even said this about you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the thing about us and the gift that we have, people don't have to say anything. We can sense the energy. And a lot of times it can be draining, like I said, because it can be the very people that you love, you know what I'm saying, you want the best for, but you know that they don't feel the same way about you. And you know it all stems from jealousy. But we don't have to be living in that. We don't have to live with jealousy, y'all. We can, like, if it's something about someone that I like, let's say I see someone and I really like how she do her hair, or how she do her makeup, I'll be like, hey, you know what, your makeup look really nice. How do you do that? Like, can you, we don't always have to feel like everything's a competition. We need to start looking at things, and when we see different characteristics and different traits about certain people that we like and we admire, embrace it. And try to learn to, and I feel like I'm talking to the crosswalkers right now, because for some reason, it must be a lot of crosswalkers coming to this video, because for some reason, Spirit got me talking to the ones with the gifts, and Spirit has also got me talking to the crosswalkers. For the crosswalkers, you too have a gift, but you spend more of your time worrying about material things and what other people got than you do worrying about, what is my gift? And Spirit said, I want to tell for the crosswalkers, like, every morning when you wake up, I want you to ask yourself, what are you good at? And once you ask yourself, what are you good at? I want you to ask yourself, what can I do to allow the things that I am destined to do, which is the things you're good at. Because if you're good at something you're destined for, it's destined for you. Like, just for me, for some reason, I just started this YouTube channel. I feel like I'm good at it. I know that I'm destined to do it. If it makes me feel good inside, then that's what I should be doing. That's how I feel everybody should be thinking now. If you just focus on what makes you feel good inside, when you come around other people, people will see that in you. And believe it or not, if you are one of those crosswalkers right now, Spirit want me to let you know, when you start doing that, I want you to start really pay attention to how people start treating you. Because when you give off good energy, that energy come back to you. But also understand that if you do that transformation, understand that you have to learn how to have that balance when it come back to you. Because understand that when you know you have done something to someone, it's gonna come back. That's just a part of, life. Y'all got me talking in the camera. I don't forgot I was cooking, y'all. But yeah, y'all, it's just understand that life is all about choices. You can choose to vibrate high within your own energy, or you can choose to be bitter and vibrate low because you feel like somebody else is, vibrating higher than you, or whatever the case may be. But if you're not focusing on no one else and you're focusing on yourself, you won't be in that season, because if you don't mind over matter, whatever's on your mind is what you're gonna think about. That's whatever on your mind, that's what you give attention to. That's what you get energy to. So for the watchers, understand that when you do that, you ain't doing nothing but really making that person like tap more into their energy. Even if they go through that season of confusion, because I went through that too. I had so many people wishing, like, fucking prying on my energy, that I lost my damn mind, because I got people prying on my energy, and then I got Spirit dumping these gifts on me. And I was going crazy, y'all. I kicked out my fucking window on my car, literally. And I'm going to post that video soon, too. I even took and it's crazy, because after I got done kicking out my windshield, after I got done losing my fucking mind, it was a heart in my window. When I kicked out the window, when I kicked the glass, the windshield in my car, it cracked the whole windshield. But in the corner of the car, The windshield had a heart. It was a heart. And coming out of the heart, it was a whole bunch of scratches coming out. And it was like shaped as a heart with a whole bunch of like knives in it. And within that heart was another heart. And I remember when I seen it afterwards, I was crying. The spirit had told me, you see the heart. And it's crazy because at first I didn't even see it. I was crying sitting there after I had him kicked out the window. And spirit had showed it to my attention that spirit said look at the heart. So I looked at the heart. And when I looked at the heart, I then noticed that it was another heart inside of the heart. And that's what spirit told me. That's my heart too. And spirit said, your heart is broken. And you got all these knives inside of your heart. Because I was confused. Because I was getting messages from the deceased people. And when I would tell people, the people who was alive, when I would tell them that their deceased loved one came to me and tell them what happened, what they said or what they showed me, they were all telling me, oh my God, like, how did you know that? Like, and they all gave me confirmation. So for me, and then I remember I was like telling a few people about it because I was going crazy in my mind, because it's like and the crazy part is I have done it before. Spirit have come to me before, but I don't know, for some reason lately spirit being like on my back heavy, like, okay, you keep playing as if you don't know you have a gift, so I'm going to force you to see that you have a gift. So I was at work and I got 3 different ancestors that came to me. And the next morning when I got off work, I called not 3 but 4, and I called them, and they all confirmed it to me. So I remember people were trying to tell me that, that's not a gift from God, and that's the devil, and all this crazy shit, and I was starting to believe it. And I had this Bible. One of my mom's ex-boyfriend had passed away. He had committed suicide. And when he passed away, I had took his Bible that he had in his home, and out of all my mom's boyfriends that she had, he was the only one that I genuinely loved and looked at as like a stepdad. Because as I spoke about before on my channel, I had been raped. And I just been through a lot with men in my life, taking advantage of me mentally, physically. And for me to have, a man that come into my life, besides, that's not really my biological dad, and give me the love that he gave me, I really loved him for that. Because he could have easily took advantage of me like the many other men tried to do in my past, but he didn't. And I remember around that time, I was talking to, I had called a family member that I don't really talk to like that, but I just felt like, maybe I should just call, because I think that like 2 days before that, 2 days before I called her, she had sent me a message, and it was like telling me about, keeping my faith and all this stuff. And I was thinking and when she sent it, I felt like, well, maybe that spirit telling me that, I can call on her if I need someone, because I was going through a lot at that time mentally, because like I said, Spirit was forcing me to see my gift that I had. Like, Spirit kept doing things and making things, giving me visions and downloads that I wasn't supposed to know, and was forcing me to test the water, you know, and see for myself that you are gifted. You are connected to source. You know things that you're not supposed to know. You are meant to know that, to help people, to heal people, you know what I'm saying, to give people confirmation. So I called her, and when I called her, she's a Jehovah's Witness, and I have spoke about before too on my channel plenty of times. I do not relate to religion. I don't identify with no religion. I believe in the divine, and that's who I praise and I pray to. I also believe that we are gods because the divine is within us, which makes us gods and goddesses. So back to what I was saying. So when I told her, you know, what happened, how I kicked out my window, and I was going crazy because, and what made me kick out my window, y'all, is, okay, so I had posted a video on my YouTube channel about my gift, and I was telling people how they shouldn't hide their gift, because I felt like I said, at that time, Spirit kept forcing me to embrace my gift. So I was like, okay, well, it's probably other people out here too that probably going through the same thing and maybe trying to run away from that gift, and eventually Spirit's gonna get a hold of them too and force them to embrace that gift like Spirit did me. So I posted a video about it, and someone commented under my video, and they was telling me how I should get stoned, like the people I guess did in the Bible. And she said that I do not have a gift. That gift did not come from God. It came from Satan. And she was just saying all these evil things about me, and how I should die and should get stoned and all this stuff, and I'm an evil person. And when she sent me that message, it really hurt me. And it really it pissed me off. And I instantly wrote her back. And I don't remember everything I said, but I remember I was telling her that I don't remember everything I said, but I remember in the midst of me writing her back, I was letting her know that you're supposed to be a woman of God from Christianity, but yeah, you're only here judging me. And I don't even want to get too deep into the situation, even because it's not even irrelevant really, but I'm just sharing my story to help other people see, and it's probably somebody else who probably went through the same shit. So I was just losing my mind, you know what I'm saying? I was pissed off. I felt like my family members didn't understand me. I just felt like everybody just don't understand me, and I don't even understand this shit. So I was going fucking crazy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So that happened, and when I called her, she ended up convincing me that I had something evil in my house. And for some fucking reason, y'all, I let her convince me to think that Bible that I had in my house from my mom's ex-boyfriend who had committed suicide was a thing. That was the negativity around me that was holding me, and that was basically, I guess, putting something over me. And she also said that it wasn't a gift from God, that was Satan. And that's when she told me I need to figure out what it is in my house and get rid of it. So listening to her and this low ass vibration I'm in, because I'm in this vibration now where I feel like, oh, I need help, I don't understand nothing, I'm confused and all this shit. And all in all, Spirit was helping my ass understand who the fuck I was. But I was so distanced from my true self that I didn't even know who the fuck I was. This version of me that was showing up was scaring the shit out of me. So instead of me embracing what Spirit was trying to give to me, my gift, I ran fast and scared, and I was self-sabotaging myself, kicking my windows out. And with me doing, just overthinking and all that shit, I allowed myself to go in a low vibration. And when I allowed myself to get in that low vibration, y'all, I allowed myself to let somebody else take control of my goddamn power. And I allowed myself to believe what somebody else thought more than I believed in myself. And I came home, and I grabbed that Bible, and I went back to the beach, and I burnt the fucking Bible. And when I sit here and I talk about it with y'all, I'm so... If I can turn back the hands of time, I would have never did that. Because it was things in that Bible that James, that's his name, James, who passed away, that he had highlighted. And I remember sometimes I go, like, I just had an urge, I don't know where to pick up the Bible and go to something. And I would read something that he highlighted and it would help me get through whatever it is I was going through. And sometimes, well, I haven't shared this before in my past, I also suffered from suicidal thoughts. So I really felt like I should have kept that book, because I felt like in that book it was secret things that, like, messages and downloads that I feel like Spirit allowed for James to do when he was here, so that, because Spirit knew that it was going to get passed down to me. But because I allowed myself to believe somebody else more than I believed in myself, operating out of fear, I allowed myself to release something that Spirit has gifted me with to help me learn my journey. So that very thing that I feel like I burnt that day was the very thing that I think had the clues in there to help me understand that day that it was meant for me to go through this, for me to elevate. So I'm sharing this video and I'm sharing this story to help the people who are going through their awakenings too, to understand that you gonna go through a lot of confusion, because you not gonna understand what the hell going on either. But know and understand that Spirit knows, Spirit ways, and Spirit knows way more than we know. Spirit knows exactly what we need at the exact time. And when you operate out of fear and confusion, and you just kind of like, don't want to really take on what Spirit is telling you are meant to do, you're going to find yourself like going in circles. And your mind, your thoughts is going to be so loud that they're going to start to seem like they're driving you crazy. But that's why Spirit want to make this message to let you know that you are not crazy. You are not crazy. And even though there's people around you making you feel like it's something wrong with you, fuck them. Fuck them. Put your whole fucking foot on their neck. Because that's what your ancestors want you to do. And if you don't, they're going to do it for you anyway. If somebody don't have good intentions towards you, you don't have to sit around here and always play the nice guy, the nice girl, and be like, oh, I still fuck them. It's just that simple. Because understand that what you got to do in this world, or your gift that you came here to do, it's not just for you. It's not just for you are connected to your tribe family. So whenever you allow the enemy to make you feel less than, you are basically letting down your tribe family. And I can't stress it enough on how Spirit wants us to really understand that you are responsible for your tribe. We are all held responsible to elevate people. It's people, everybody is connected. We are all connected in a way. And when we start to awaken to our higher self and allow Spirit to take over and allow your ego to take a seat, that's when the fruits of your DNA, of your blueprint will show. And when the fruits of your blueprint show up, when fruits grow on the tree, it don't just grow one fruit. That tree gonna be covered with fruits. When the apple tree grow, it don't have just one apple. When the mango tree grow, it don't have just one mango. When the seed go into the ground, it's just one seed. But when that seeds grow and blossom into whatever it is that you planting, you're gonna have multiple fruits on that tree. And that's what Spirit is trying to get you to understand, that yes, you are just one seed that God sent here. But when you allow yourself to harvest the right way with Spirit and not with that ego shit, because ego is what keeps us in that negative energy. When you allow yourself to elevate in the right way, that's when you will be that tree with multiple fruits. And if you got multiple fruits, then you got enough to share with people, right? And that's what Spirit is trying to get you to understand. You have this gift. You have awakened to this gift. And everybody have a gift. But the thing is, everybody is not willing to awaken to that gift. Like they say, many are called, but only few are chosen. And that's why that phrase is like that. Many are called. Everyone is called. But it's up to you to choose to do it. You understand what I'm saying? So when you choose to embrace your gift and understand that with that gift, it's gonna bring enemies. But it's also gonna bring your tribe family. And Spirit just wanted me to tell you too, yeah, it's going to bring enemies, but know that your tribe family will always outweigh the enemies that it brings. You will help more people than you would gain enemies. But you must know that it will come with enemies. But you have to be strong enough to know that every morning when you wake up and every morning that you show up for this world, you're showing up for your family. So the enemy don't even fucking matter. That's like, put your whole foot on their fucking neck. I don't know about y'all, but my ancestors, they're ruthless as hell. My daddy, he didn't fucking play when he was here, and he damn sure ain't playing now that he's gone. And that's all my daddy keeps telling me, put your fucking foot on their neck, baby. And that's what I've been doing. Because the thing about my dad is he know my heart. And your ancestors know your heart, and they know that it's someone can literally wish death on your ass, and you'll still be asking your ancestors, oh, well, don't. And ancestors like, nah, this is a season where you need to start understanding who you here for and understanding who are here to destroy you. And if they're here to destroy you, then fuck them. And I know that you don't want to, sometimes we don't want to be like that because we feel like, well, damn, that's kind of cold. But baby, understand that you have different characteristics about yourself, different traits about your personality for a reason. If you have, you can have that side of you. You need to also embrace that dark side of you too. You shine so bright that sometimes you feel like, oh, I want to be this mean, I don't want to be this person. But you got to understand that sometimes you just got to give people the same energy that they give you. You don't got to wish for their downfall, but you don't got to wish nothing for their ass either. And what I mean by that is you don't even have to think about this person. Act like they don't even fucking exist. You don't even have to acknowledge this bitch. Because all they're doing is sitting at home trying to figure out, how can I destroy you? And spirit and your ancestors, they are tired of you keep playing a nice guy or you keep playing a nice girl and these people keep playing with you. And even you can't see everything that they're doing, even though you sense some of it. Your spirit family, they see all that shit. And that's why also my ancestors are telling me that's why I want you to make these videos too. Because not just to warn your enemies, but to also let other people know that their ancestors too see everything that's going on, and to give you that confirmation that don't worry about their ass because they gonna get handled. And for those ones out there who are still in the season where they feel like, oh, I'm too nice, I don't want to, and want to always protect the ones who wish for your downfall, I'm gonna just give you a secret that my spirit wanted me to let you, that not even spirit want me to let you know, my ancestors want me to let y'all know. Your ancestors don't play about you, baby. So when you play on yourself, they ain't gonna do it. You can play yourself here on the physical world all you want to, but in that spiritual world, they ain't playing with you. So as many times as you try to save an enemy, your spirit family is gonna, they're not thinking about they're thinking about saving you. Their job is to protect you. And your job is to come here and heal. But when you are a healer, sometimes you get confused on the people that you're supposed to heal, and you try to, instead of you healing your tribe family who are, there to get healed by you, you start to try to heal other people who don't even really want the fucking healing. You healing the second and the third group that I spoke about at the beginning of the video. In the third group, like I said, they keep coming, not because they want to get healed by you like the first group and they trying to work on themselves, because they're trying to take everything that you're giving them to use it for themselves. Some people would play up under your ass just to figure out what you're doing so they can use it for themselves, or they'll play up under you to figure out what you're doing so that they can basically say, oh, well, this what she did. I told y'all she wasn't, like, she doing this. It's like, people make up lies about you, say that you're doing magic, say that you're doing voodoo, say that you're doing putting curse, like all that crazy ass shit. When a hater is mad and they can't figure out what the fuck it is that you're doing that's making you elevate, they're gonna make up shit. And if people are treating you like that and doing that to you behind your back, you don't fucking need them. Straight up. And I'm to the point now, y'all, where I used to be that type of person, like, oh no, because I remember one time, and I'm going real deep right now, but oh well. I remember one, you know what, I ain't even, fuck it. Spirit said don't go too deep. So I ain't gonna go too deep. I'm gonna make sure I use my words wisely. I remember one time Spirit revealed something to me, and Spirit said Spirit don't want me to reveal to y'all exactly what it is that this person wished upon me, because Spirit said this person who I'm talking about, they also is gonna see this video too. But Spirit, what Spirit will allow me to say is that somebody that I loved had wished something on me to the point where it was gonna really affect me. And not just me, but everybody around me who, like my kids. You know what I'm saying? My husband, like, if what they wished on me, if that was to happen, I wouldn't be able to be here right now talking to y'all. I'm gonna just say that. And my ancestors wanted to go, because at that time I was returning to sender. And my ancestors wanted to return that. And I remember I was crying, begging and pleading to my ancestors not to send it back, because I didn't have it in my heart to wish that on somebody. And I remember I just remember just, you know, it just being so heavy on my heart, and it was so crazy because I was crying because I didn't want nothing to happen to her, but my spirit family was telling me, like, you know, baby, you got to understand that you got to protect yourself too. And I remember that day Spirit told me, a person can come to you, right, with a gun in their hand, ready to shoot you and kill you. And you will know that they're ready to shoot you and kill you. And Spirit asked me, like, what do you want to do? And instead of me protecting myself, sometimes I'll allow that person to kill me just so they won't die. And Spirit is saying to somebody on this channel that that's what you need to look at. Because we got such kind hearts that we don't always put ourselves in the real situations that we're in, which is in a war. And with us being a person of light and high vibrations, we try to, you know, stay positive in that war, because we don't want to see nobody hurt. Even the ones who we know wish for our downfall, we still want to see them succeed too. But Spirit is saying to y'all that you are elevating so high that you're going to get more enemies, and you cannot protect all your enemies, because you have your own spiritual family to protect, and your ancestors are here to protect you. So what you need to be focusing on is you, and understand that everybody's not going to like you. You can be the nicest person in the world, people will still find a way to despise you. So understand that you're the light, and you always going to attract enemies because of that. Like I said, those flies, they are attracted to the light, so they buzz around when the light comes on. But don't worry about those flies, because the light gonna shine anyway, because the light is within you. So that's pretty much it, you guys. God been giving me so many downloads lately, and he been forcing me to come on here and share it with you guys. So I hope that this message get to who it's supposed to get to. I love you guys very much, and until next time.